Hi everybody, today's psalm is Psalm 118. Psalm 118 is the great psalm that sets up Palm Sunday for Jesus. And I suggest you read the whole thing through, it's all about him. But in that psalm, we've got these words that the crowd say on Palm Sunday: "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord," as they wave their palm branches as Jesus comes in to Jerusalem riding on a donkey. Jesus is the riding king as he comes in peace, the fulfillment of Zechariah chapter 9. Behold, your king comes lowly and humble, riding on a donkey. So the riding king, but it's all there in Psalm 118. Read it. Not only is he the riding king, he's the righteous king, because as he comes in on the donkey, Jesus has to come up to the temple gates. And as he comes up to the temple gates, and the city gates indeed, he says, "Open the gates of righteousness," and that's in the psalm. Open the gates of righteousness, and only the righteous person can enter in. And so Jesus enters into Jerusalem as the righteous king. And of course, it's not just that he's the righteous king then, he's the righteous king now. He's opened up the gate for us to follow through. We see it in Holy Week, don't we, where Jesus turns over the temple because the money changers and all that, they weren't using the building in the way that God intended. Jesus is the righteous king, the riding king, the righteous king. It's there in the psalm. And then he's the rejected king. Hang on just a minute. You see, Jesus uses the words in this psalm. It's all in those verses 19 to 29. He uses the words in this psalm to say this to the religious leaders of his days: "The stone that the builders rejected has become the capstone." Now the capstone is here, look, in this gate. You'll see that stone that holds up the arch. That is the capstone. If that stone wasn't there, the whole archway would fall down. And Jesus is saying, look, you've rejected me, but actually I am the capstone. I'm the one who holds everything up. And are you going to accept me, or are you going to reject me? That's the challenge for us today, because in his own day he was the rejected king. Now, he's not only the rejected king, he's the risen king. Because Psalm 118 says this: "You'll not hand me over to death, but I will live, and I'm going to tell everybody about it." But verse 27 says this, it can be translated this way: "Bind the festal sacrifice and take it to the altar." You see, in that psalm, the king is taking part in the Passover festival. It was a Passover psalm. The king was supposed to take part in the sacrifices, but what Jesus does and how he applies this psalm to himself, he actually becomes the Passover lamb who dies to take away the sins of the world. He is our risen king, but only our risen king because first of all, he became the sacrifice for our sins, our Passover lamb. So as we come to Palm Sunday tomorrow, we can join in that great chorus of the crowds: "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." Isn't Psalm 118 amazing? Have a read yourself and then give thanks to God for Jesus, who acted all of these things out in his own life for us. Bless you and have a great Holy Week.